Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about the Fiend character. This will include a bit of backstory on Bray Wyatt, but will mostly focus on his creation of the Fiend character, his debut, the reveal, and probably the first year of the character, as it is quite recent, being 2019 he debuted, as opposed to the previous one I did, which was the build-up and the history and debut of Kane, which you can watch on the link in the corner now. Even though the Fiend persona of Bray Wyatt didn't manifest on screen until July 15th, 2019, Bray Wyatt had planted the seeds all the way back in October 2015. During an episode of WWE Superstar Ghost Stories on Halloween 2015, Bray Wyatt would state,
Abigail rescued me and my brothers and sisters. She took us to this cabin and she told us, beware the man in the woods, for he is real. He is the eater. So one day, me and my brothers, we take our slingshots and we started to hear something strange. At first, we passed it off as a bear. And as time passed, the bear, or what we thought was a bear, started to get louder and louder. My brothers, they'd started to run. And I myself must admit, for a second, I was afraid, but I was more intrigued than anything else. I dropped my slingshot and I started moving closer and closer towards the sound. And I got so close at one point that the sound started to radiate in my ears and hurt. And that is when I saw it. He was about 7 foot tall, walking upright. No pigment in his skin. It was as pale as a pearl. He had thin yellow hairs running all the way down to his knees, and he was carrying an alligator with one hand dragging it across the beach line. And that's when he looked at me. His eyes were yellow like a cat. He reaches out his hand, and in the middle of it was my slingshot. And I started to run as fast as my legs could take me. And I ran straight to Abby's room and I said, Abby, I'm so sorry. And she said, baby Bray, what is wrong? And I said, I saw him. I saw the man in the woods. I thought it was alive and you were telling the truth all the time. I'm so sorry. She said, baby, baby, baby. What did he say to you? What? He didn't say anything. Matter of fact, all he did, he looked right at me with his eyes, as if he was staring right through me. And he held out his hand at me. And in his hand was my slingshot. And she said, baby, don't you understand, Bray? It's his slingshot, too. What? You are the man in the woods.
Fast forward to July 15th, 2018 Extreme Rules. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, the Deleters of Worlds, as tag team champions would take on the B team, and the titles would be on the line. The Deleters of Worlds lost the tag team titles, and with Matt Hardy injured shortly after, Bray would once again become directionless and disappear from WWE TV. During an episode of Raw on April the 8th, 2019, a video was shown. The only indication that this was Bray Wyatt related was a sinister laugh. The following week, April 15th, day before my birthday, FYI, another creepy video would air. The same creepy music was present, however there was no buzzard in a box. Instead, a creepy looking child's room and dolls. The next week was the debut of the Firefly Funhouse. This was a children's show but with a very sinister, dark undertone. Bray here debuted a new cleaner cut look and a friendlier, happy attitude. He would sometimes break from this character, however, to stare off into the distance, seemingly hypnotised, and would resemble the Bray Wyatt of old.
Did you miss me? Oh, how I have missed you. But I knew that we would be back together again someday. I saw it in my dreams. This is the Firefly Funhouse. And my name is Bray Wyatt. Yowie wowie, we're gonna have so much fun here. This is my special place. And all my Fireflies can feel safe here. And I cannot wait to show you all what I've learned. Oh, and I want to introduce you to some very special friends that I've met along the way. Yeah, I'm Mercy, the buzzer.
Hi, I'm Abby, the witch.
You are going to love them. Now, I used to be a very bad man. Okay, I deserve that. But trust me, I have been barbarically punished for all of my wrongdoings. And that part of me is dead now. However, I do keep a reminder so that not even in my weakest moments will I ever turn into that pathetic slob loser ever again. See? Oh. Our fun's just getting started here. And remember, Fireflies, I'll always light the way. And all you have to do is let me in. I'll see you next week.
We also met Bray's new puppet friends. First there was Mercy. He was an homage to the Waylon Mercy gimmick, portrayed by Dan
I'm here
Scully.
to tell you some things. The first thing I want to tell you is about this what I hold in my hand. It's a rock.
Who was also an homage to the character from Cape Fear, portrayed by Robert De Niro.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
We also met Abby the Witch, an obvious reference to Sister Abigail. The next week was a second episode of the Funhouse. Bray was painting and introduced us to a new friend. This was Rambling Rabbit, a physical manifestation of the previous Bray Wyatt who were talking riddles.
Bonjour.
Or as they say where I'm from, complete
I
bollocks.
love to paint. Painting is a way for me to express my suppressed feelings. And when you're expressing yourself, no one can ever truly hurt you.
What's up, Bray? Are you painting over there, dude?
Hey, it's Rambling Rabbit! I sure am, Rambling Rabbit. Would you like to see? Well, ta-da! Hey, this is no time for games. Yowie wowie! You better run, Rambling Rabbit. Abby the Witch is awake.
Whoa, I'm out of here.
What did I tell you about fooling around in the funhouse? You didn't learn your lesson from last time, did you? You were a very bad boy. Whoa, take it easy, Abby. That's all in the past. Besides, I'm really sorry for what I did. I mean, all of you forgive me, right? Fine. Just keep it down while I'm trying to get my beauty rest. That's Abby the Witch. She's a bit of a sociopath.
Hey, isn't sociopath like the word of the day or something?
You know what, Rambling Rabbit? I think you're right. Sociopath is the word of the day. Sociopath. S-O-C-I-O-P-A-T-H. Sociopath. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. But remember, my fireflies, as always, I'll light the way, and all you have to do is let me in. See ya! Bye! Thank you!
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
On the May 13th episode of Firefly Funhouse, Bray would reveal a secret.
I have a secret. Shh. You woke me up for this? It better be good.
Yeah, let's hurry it up. I got stuff to do.
Oh, come on! It's almost time for me to show the world what I've really been working on. But I can't do it alone. No, I'm gonna need the help of all my fireflies. So, who's with me? Oh, that just warms my soul. But don't worry, there's still a lot of darkness in this old noggin. But this time's different. This time, I learned how to harness it, how to control it. So what do you say? You want to see my secret? Let me in.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yowie, wowie.
On the 6th episode, airing 27th of May, Bray would reveal that the Fiend is here to protect the Funhouse.
Hi! Did you enjoy my little secret? Yeah! I knew you would! I like to call him the Fiend. But don't you worry. He's here to protect us!
This always reminds me of the film Split and Glass, where the Fiend is to Bray Wyatt what the Beast is to James McAvoy.
Someone's coming for you.
Episode 7, June 3rd. Bray, while wearing very 80s workout gear, introduced us to Huskus the Pig Boy, which represents the Husky Harris character Bray was burdened with after making his debut on the main event roster years earlier. Bray would also introduce us to the puppet of Vince McMahon, who threatened Huskus that he needed to lose weight and get his act together. This was obviously a nod to the Husky Harris character, and the way he was treated for being the way he looked. But Bray didn't dwell on this though. He introduced us to the Muscle Man dance.
One day, all this excessiveness and gluttony is gonna come back to bite you in the tail. But one day, you could be great. One day, People are gonna tell you that you're a genius. They're gonna say you have the whole world in your hands. Really? The both of you better get your act together, or you're... Yowie wowie! Hold on, boss. Huskus will get his act together. Trust me. And I know the perfect way to start. Hit it!
You got it, Tim.
Now shake those hips. And let your backbone slip. Pull up your pants and do the muscle man dance. Just follow my voice. You don't really have a choice. And pull up your pants and do the muscle man dance. Now wiggle your behind. Erase your mind. Pull up your pants and do the muscle man dance. Wow, Huskies, we're ready for a night out on the town.
After a few more weeks of the Firefly Funhouse episodes, the Fiend character would debut on Raw on July 15th, 2019, attacking his former nemesis, Finn Balor.
There's something going on in the ring. What's going on? Oh my God. Is that? You know who it is? It's Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is here. Wyatt is on Raw. The Fiend with a sister Abigail. There is no doubt this man is going to terrorize WWE.
The following week on Raw Reunion, Mick Foley was in the ring and was about to reveal his favourite Raw memory when the Fiend would strike again, this time using Mick's own mandible claw against him and leaving the legend lying.
But I was asked to pick out my absolute favorite, and I'd like to share it with you right now.
It's going to be a power outage. Oh my God. Not here, not now. The Fiend. Bray Wyatt is here. And now he's going after Mick Foley. And look at Wyatt using the mandible claw. Foley's old move.
The Fiend would make his in-ring debut at 2019 SummerSlam on August 11th against his former enemy Finn Balor. Balor was first to enter wearing all white. Next would come the Fiend with new music and a new entrance and a new lamp. One of the best entrances ever. Okay guys, I'm going to end the video there as it's already 25 minutes long. If you do want to see a part 2, then get sharing, liking and subscribing. If this gets 500 views, then I'll do the part 2. That will include the Firefly Funhouse match that he had against John Cena at WrestleMania. I've also started doing some classic videos such as Stone Cold Steve Austin when he won the King of the Ring 96 with his infamous Austin 316 speech. These are just short little videos of iconic moments which you can watch here on YouTube or on my Instagram page, which is on the screen and down below. I'll leave you with a video which I did quite early on in the process of this, which is Kane coming out and rescuing Seth Rollins and then the Fiend attacking. Also, don't forget to check out my previous video, which is the history and debut of the Kane character as well. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe. On Raw, on September 16th, 2019, Seth Rollins would go one-on-one with Seth had the match won, but the pin was broken up by Dolph Ziggler.
Cover by Rollins! And Ziggler breaking things up. The officials got a call for the bell.
The OC also joined the action and started to go to work on Seth Rollins.
Because here comes AJ Styles and the OC. The OC continuing to run roughshod over Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins finds himself in the crosshairs. The Magic Killer.
With Rollins laying, beaten in the ring against insurmountable odds, the audience was shocked by the surprise of their mayor, the Big Red Machine Kane. Kane would work his way through the heels with ease. However, when he went to do his signature pyro, the Fiend would appear as if from out of nowhere and attack the Big Red Machine.
C trying to confront Kane. Vintage Kane with a choke slam.
Devil's favorite demon.
Double choke slam.
No.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Fiend Bray Wyatt attacking Demon Kane. The Mandible Claw.
After this, the Fiend would sort of get in Rollins' face a bit, I guess. While Rollins really oversold the whole thing, it looked really weird.